Hi guys, welcome to another video. For this week, my challenge is to cut 6 pounds of body weight through hard work on paper and see how that translates to the scales. So that means I'm gonna have to be at a calorie deficit of 21,000 calories for this week.
Oh, my legs and my...
So if you're enjoying these videos, please hit that like button and subscribe. That really helps the channel. Little comment down in the comment section also really helps with the reach of the video. So while I'm creating this 21,000 calorie deficit over 1 week, I'm gonna eat pizza every single day to show you that you can still eat the foods that you like when you're on a diet or when you're keeping your weight in check. You just gotta do it in a smart way that coincides with your goals. So here's my plan for the week. I'm gonna lower my daily calories from 2,800 to 1,800. After that, I gotta make up 2,000 calories per day through walking or cycling. Remember that I've gotta create a total of 21,000 calories worth of deficit by the end of the week. Recovery is going to be super important. I need to make sure that I'm stretching loads, I'm sleeping loads, I'm drinking plenty of water, and I'm looking after my body. I'm not going to include my weightlifting in the calorie counts for this week because I do that every week anyway, and that's not going to be different to what I'm usually doing. So this is all going to be through walking and my low impact cardio. Remember, it all adds up when you're counting calories. We're going for sugar-free beans. We're going for a couple of egg whites instead of all whole eggs. We're going for spinach because it's so satiating and so low calorie. We're going for low calorie pizza base. We're going for low fat cheese. It all adds up. Quick cycle down before my class. Remember, I gotta make 3,500 calories to lose a pound, so it's gonna be a tough week. So if you are just starting out your weight loss journey and thinking about cutting a couple of pounds, I would not recommend cutting 6 of them in 1 week, as it's probably not very sustainable. Even for me, I don't really plan on keeping this weight off, just doing it for the video. I actually put on a couple of pounds before doing this video because I don't really have 6 pounds to lose. So yeah, like go for something much slower, aim for a pound a week. You know, like you don't want to be doing all this exercise in 1 week either. There's a lot of steps I've had to take to be able to do this without any risk of getting injured. I've built up my fitness over the last couple of months for cycling and for walking to be able to do this challenge. I also will be doing a lot of stretching to make sure I don't get injured. And if anything does start feeling, if I feel like I feel any niggles or anything like that, I will be taking a step back. And remember that you gotta look after number one. You know, like it's never worth an injury for a challenge or anything like that. And it's all about sticking in it for the long term. You know, like so long term, sustainable, steady progress is what I would recommend. Quick, give us a hug.
day number 2, and this is cycling session number 2 of that day. I'm on a Zoom call now for the next hour, so I'm gonna see what I can get done in that time. Just over the hour mark, 400 calories down.
This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your prey.
Again, we're going for a couple of egg whites instead of all whole eggs. We're going for spinach, we're going for the skinny sausages, we're going for yogurt dressing instead of mayonnaise, and we're adding watermelon in there. This is one of the most satiating and low-calorie fruits out there.
Okay, 300 down. Second cycle of the day done, 400 calories. Got some work done while I was doing it.
When I'm setting my targets for the week, I generally like to keep with a weekly total target rather than a daily one, so not like 10,000 steps a day, but rather 70,000 a week or something along those lines, because, you know, like every day is not going to be the same. Weekends are busier. You might start off on a Monday with 10, but then by Friday, you know, you're hitting 5,000 because you're just busy with friends. That way, it just helps me to keep on track. From week to week, I usually keep in around the same goals, and from month to month, unless I'm doing a challenge like this, of course. Eating out when you're on a diet is not easy, but it is possible. You just got to make smart choices. You know, pick things that you can roughly estimate the calories of. A great snack alternative for when you're on a diet is popcorn. Popcorn is so filling, full of fiber, and if you cook it yourself in the pot at home, you can keep the calories nice and low.
Okay, quick 200. Okay, 200 down.
So over the last number of weeks on these challenges, I've really grown to love cycling. It's just so easy on the body the next day, you know. As long as I do a decent stretch afterwards, I'm not feeling too sore. Not to mention the fact that the more cycling I'm doing, the more efficient you get with it, the quicker you burn your calories. And you can only do so much walking, you know, before your feet start to get sore, your legs start to get sore. And cycling is just a great way of breaking it up and getting the job done quicker. So I would definitely advise cycling as a means of losing weight. So choosing black coffee over a cappuccino can actually make a massive difference over the course of a week, or over the course of a month, or over the course of a year, especially if you're drinking a couple of those a day. About 100 calories less per cup, so that can really add up. Also, picking a salad that you can do yourself when you're out is a great option, because you see everything that goes in there. You can pick the dressing, you can pick your base, and you can add lower calorie options to it. Again, picking the sugar-free beans instead of the normal ones. Barely notice the taste difference, but it's a lot less calories. Also here, going for something like pulled pork, I used lean pork steak instead of using a fattier option. And remember, low-calorie cheese is a good option as well if you're going for pizzas or something like that. Again, melon, love it, nice and filling, low calorie, and tastes great. Hot sauce is also a good option. The calories in hot sauce are so low and it adds so much flavor to your meals. So looking at the meals now, you can see a pattern starting to emerge, you know, like black coffee in the mornings, of course pizza every day because that's for the challenge, but in general I do eat very similarly from week to week. I kind of change things up slightly, but I do like to use meals that I have weighed in the past that I can do by eye, so I know the calories of my pizza, I know the calories of my salad, and I know like how much like adding an apple adds, and this just makes life easier for me from week to week, you know, so I don't have to always weigh things out. Once you get the hang of it, you can start cutting time by using things that you already know.
Ah. 42 seconds left. Fine start in the morning. Now to get some steps in. Not before breakfast, of course. Back in my pants after the cycle. Oh, here's my reward. That's the best bowl of porridge I've ever eaten.
3.2.
At the end of the week, just missed my 21,000 calorie goal, but to be honest, I'm so happy with the effort I put in and so happy with the result. That was such a hard challenge. The very end of it, every 100 calories was just so much work, you know. And yeah, maybe I would try that again sometime, but for now, I'm happy with what I got. Even higher on the scales, but you know, like that's probably going to come down to the fact that I was weighing in a little bit heavier at the start of the challenge and carrying a little bit of water weight. But everybody reacts differently, you know, so like that could weigh in lower or higher depending on the person. So, in conclusion, what a week. That was that was a hard week, probably one of the hardest ones I've done. I mean, like, every day individually was not as hard as some of the challenges I've done, but just that whole journey, that whole week was super challenging, but also, like, I mean, I love a good challenge. I really enjoyed that. Would I recommend it for your average Joe to lose that much weight in a week? No, not really, it's too much, but you could still use the same principles. So low calorie density foods, high nutrient density, plenty of walking, low impact cardio. If you want to lose the weight, you got to put the work in, burn the calories, eat fewer calories, and a good combination of both at a sensible pace over a longer period of time would be what I recommend. Good luck, guys. Remember, guys, there's no shortcuts. You got to put the work in. Nothing good ever comes easy, and you get what you work for. Remember, guys, I trained hard for this challenge. I built up progressively over the course of a number of weeks and even months. Make sure when you're making changes to your lifestyle that there's something you could keep going for the foreseeable future. If they're short-term, then your results will be short-term too. So a week after the pizza challenge, I have to say that it was a difficult week. Both training and getting my steps in I found hard because my body was just tired. And you know, like, that's the thing about doing like something that intense in 1 week, is that you're gonna need recovery from that. That's why it's much better to keep a more moderate pace and look at the long term rather than the short term.